College's 24 meters Craig Ruttle, AP file. In this December 8, 2018, file photo, Oklahoma quarterback Kyler Murray holds the Heisman Trophy after winning the award in New York. The latest statistical search has been led by the quarterbacks who will play in the Orange Bowl semifinal on Jan. 29, when number 1 Alabama faces number 4 Oklahoma. Both Heisman Trophy winner Murray, 205.72, of Oklahoma and Alabamaâ circumflex Euro-S Tua Tagovailoa, 202.30, are on pace to break the record for passer efficiency rating set by former Sooners quarterback Baker Mayfield, 198.92, last season. AP photo, Craig Ruttle, file, by Matt Mosley, special contributor at Matt Mosley. Matt Mosley, special contributor to SportsDailyFW.com, answered your questions in a recent live chat. Here are some highlights. Is Kyler Murray the NFL draft's most interesting storyline ever? Mosley, he's a good one, but best ever seems a bit extreme. Tim Tebow was a very intriguing storyline. I'm sure that Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf was incredibly intriguing back in the day. And I recall Johnny Manziel being a great storyline leading up to the draft. And that one kept going because Jerry Jones expressed his regret for not taking him. That Ole Miss offensive tackle was a pretty interesting storyline a few years ago when those pics of that mask showed up on draft night. Does the NCAA have a transferring problem? Mosley, I don't know if it's that huge of a problem. When you have coaches who recruit a bunch of players and then immediately leave, do the players have any recourse? I think a player should be able to have some options once they graduate. That seems to work out pretty nicely for some players. Oklahoma barely has to recruit QBs out of high school because the Sooners have been so good at landing transfers. I think it's added a layer of intrigue to college football, so it doesn't seem like a huge problem to me. If you're talking about basketball, we've been seeing tons of transfers for years. That goes back a long time. I believe our own Rick Carlisle transferred from Maine to Virginia back in the 80s. We're just not used to all this transfer portal talk that has occurred, so it seems like a new development. But I think a graduate should be able to look for a better situation. We certainly have allowed coaches to do that forever, so it seems like the students should at least have this type of option. Brew McCoy, USC and Texas, a cautionary tale of staff turnover, coaching indecision and perils of the early signing period. Is Big 12 basketball down this season? At least, is it clear there's not a surefire national championship contender? Mosley, I just think there's even more parity than usual in the conference. Kansas is missing its big man, but you could see the Jayhawks getting on a run at some point. Lawson's coming on strong and appears to be a star in the making. KU is still a top 10 team even if Jay Bilas doesn't agree. And Iowa State and Texas Tech are capable of going on extended runs. I really like what Bruce Weber has done with this Kansas State team. Brown Jr. is quite a player. He's becoming a star this season. And Scott Drew has somehow transformed Baylor into a perimeter-oriented three-point shooting team almost overnight. I don't see the conference as being that down. It's really just West Virginia and Oklahoma State that are down. Should Texas Tech fans be worried? 3 losses in a row. Team seems to have forgotten how to score. Mosley, I think we're seeing how important Keenan Evans' veteran leadership was to this team. Jarrett Culver is a tremendous talent, but I don't think he has Evans' leadership skills at this point in his career. Tech normally plays great defense, but Baylor hit a bunch of threes on them. It seems like they've had a really difficult time recovering from that loss. Still, Chris Beard is a really good coach, and he'll find a way to turn this thing around. I just think we're being reminded how quickly one loss can turn into 3 in the Big 12. And then you see a team like Kansas State suddenly put it together and run off some wins. This is anyone's race to win, but we all know Kansas will get the job done. View the entire chat.